now you want to stream, loser. Body snatcher. Oh. What's up, Six? Bro, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. UAD already stole my money. All I want to do is update this shit. Downloads. Duh. Such a loser. I don't need Luna. What's up, JoJo? Oh man. Yo, I'm so sad. I got this this disk drive, this floppy emulator for my ASR, and it is there's no videos on how to make this shit work. It's all text files. So I gotta hook that up this weekend. I've almost got it to work, but there's like shit involved with it. The physical install went swimmingly, but the like hooking it up and like trying to get the sounds out of there. I'm almost there. I'm close. I'm very close.
On my side, they gon' get knocked back just like penalties. Niggas say they sending shots, they ain't sending shots, they ain't hitting my side. Wonder why these niggas ain't had the same energy when they dog died. I done seen the worst niggas. Hey, that fake shit, we don't let slide. Niggas be switching they dogs for money, I got out the mud with my guys. Hey, we been taking chances. How you gon' win if you scared to lose? I'm still working a 9 to 5, I really got no time to snooze. No big key scraps all in this black Suburban like Velcro. How the fuck you gon' do it without a team? Look at Carmelo.
Man, look at Jello. Come up crazy. I'm trying to turn this slow watch into a bezel. If Flushing Packs was an Olympic game, I'd get a medal. Fuck coming second, cause that shit feel like last place. I be flashing no money, cause I put that shit on. Look what that cash say. For sure, I take that risk, cause on my mama, bro, I'm scared to lose. They ain't gon' spend this block, they know not to come around here with them petty. They ain't been the same since they dog made the news. I put my all in the booth. Niggas say they sending shots, they ain't sending shots, these niggas ain't
Niggas say they sending shots, they ain't sending shots, they ain't hitting my side. Wonder why these niggas ain't had the same energy when they dog died.
I don't know what I'm doing today. I really cut the camera on because I wanted to talk about something that was on my mind from a conversation that was in my Discord. One of the bros asked me to do a tutorial for Studio One tutorials. I don't know if you guys know, but I don't take requests on YouTube. I only take requests on Studio One tutorials. But that's probably why I don't have 100,000 subscribers, because I stopped like making videos that people asked me to make. Because I was like, yo, this is not the way I want to do this. Y'all gotta pay me if you want me to do this. But which is fine because instead of 100,000 subscribers, I have like money. But what's it called? So my boy Caleb, um, you know, he was asking me. Can you show me how to do this Metro Boomin style where he's like actually chopping samples. Um, and he posted the what's it called the video from $1 million worth of game where Metro is in the Boominati studios. And I don't know if you guys have seen that video. It's pretty cool. Like Metro samples from vinyl. He's got his MPC 2000 there. If you really pay attention, you can see he's got an original 808 machine there. And you know, it's awesome. And I've been seeing this like first of all, I fucking told you that this was gonna happen. Because not because like I'm smarter than you or I'm some psychic or I'm like so spiritually tapped in with the universe that I be getting messages from Beat Jesus. I'm just old, you know? So I've seen probably 4 loops of hip hop culture. I've participated in 3, right? This is the 4th loop, right? It's a cycle. It cycles every 10 to 12 years. And it's with everything. It's with fashion. It's with rhyme style. It's with content. It's with the cars. It's with the drugs, and it's with the way that the records are made, right? So I'll give you an interesting parallel. So because when we were talking about this, I was like, and I got like the people who were in my Discord, we talk every day, so they have a pretty good bead on, like my sense of humor and the way that I interact with folks and shit like that. So I'm telling him, yeah, bro, the drugs, dude. I'm telling you, it all switches around. There's cocaine eras and there's heroin eras. It's just different forms of opiates, right? There was, I mean, the 80s, all the rappers were on coke, all of them. But whatever. So, anyways, they're all back on coke. But anyway, the here's the thing, right? So I pretty much was like when I had the other podcast, I tell y'all boys like yo, this FL shit, like it's it's always going to be there because there's always going to be novices, right? But the people who are successful at it, they're going to get bored with it because they're not going to need to use it. People use that shit out of necessity, right? Because they don't have the type of money or the type of business that permits them to push themselves sonically, right? So you're going to see a lot of the vanguards, like in trap or what have you, get to a point where they have the luxury of capital and they have the luxury of time, and they're going to be able to learn how to use an MPC, and they're going to fall in love with the sonics of it. They're going to get a Jupiter that and they're going to fall in love with the sonics of it. They're going to hear what I hear. They're going to hear what the other old heads hear, and they're not gonna be in the point where they're in these publishing and admin deals where they have to produce all of these records so they can begin to profit, right? Jameson Audio, I appreciate you, bro. Hit me up if you need anything, dog. So they're going to be able to slow down and really reflect on the sonics of it. And they're going to master the whole cooking up in 10 minutes. They're going to get profoundly bored with that. And then they're going to introduce complexity because they're passionate about music making. The ones who are really passionate, right? The people who there's people in this shit who ain't passionate, and they'll stay on FL. they'll stay on FL because they don't fucking care what it sounds like, you know. But the people, the people who are passionate and enthusiastic about quality sonics, they're gonna go and wind up like they're gonna go and they're gonna wind up in a session one day with a working rapper, and this working rapper is going to have a working engineer that goes with him everywhere, and they're going to come in with the case, and inside the case it's going to have the fucking CLB, the CL1B tube compressor, and then they're going to have either the Neve preamp or they're going to have the Avalon, and this producer is going to look at it, and they're going to look at this engineer, and they're going to be like, yo, what's that, what's all that, do you really need that? I thought all you needed just was the Apollo, and then the engineer and the rapper are going to look at the kid and they're going to laugh, you know, because, you know, people are dicks, not because that's not a question you should ask, and not because that's not something that people should learn, and not that it's a good question, and not that this person should automatically know that. It's just because people are dicks, you know. But just because people are dicks, don't allow that to turn you off to learning about this stuff, because that's how we filter out who belongs and who does not, right? That's how you figure it out. You know what I mean? Like everybody wants everybody to hold their hand. Like, no, bro. Like, so anyway, so he's asking me like, yo, how does, you know, so, and then we got into the discussion and oh shit, we got Goat Watch. Bah. What's up, Brody? Appreciate you stopping by, dude. You guys got to check out Carlos 6 July Brody's on interview on the Dad Beats podcast. He did like a 2-hour interview with I Am Sight, and it was dope. It was dope. He gave everybody on YouTube a really good idea. He made me feel dumb. But y'all got to go watch it. Y'all actually got to go watch that interview. I'm not even gonna give you the soundbite. Give that man the views. But so anyway, so Caleb was asking me. He's like, yo, because I was like, this is great. You know, you're evolving, right? Because he's like, yo, how can I do this on Serato Sample? And I'm like, yeah, this is these are my fucking favorite tutorials to make. How do I make thin ass Serato Sample sound like an MPC 2000? Sure, great. I'm up for that challenge, Caleb. You know what I'm saying? Because Caleb he's interested in the sonics. A lot of his questions come from, man, I'm making all this music, but why doesn't it, I'm using the mixing cheat sheet, I'm following everything you're saying, but why doesn't it sound like the professional releases from these artists who have budgets, who are being mixed and mastered by professional mixing and mastering engineers? How come my stuff doesn't sound the same, right? I should be able to learn this on YouTube and on Studio One tutorials, right? So I'm telling them, I'm like, yo, you know, he was asking me, he's like, do you still use your MPC or are you just using Impact? And I'm telling him, I'm like, listen, dude, like, I have 2 to 4 hours to cook up Monday through Friday. You know, I work. And, you know, I also think it's time, you know, that around like 8 or 9 o'clock, I go out of this room. Like, you know, me and my wife are getting older. So the older that I get, the less time I want to spend in this room, and the more time, you know, enjoying hanging out with my wife, because you fucking wake up one day and then whatever, you guys get that part, right? So boom, I'm like, yo, you know, when I'm in here, I'm going to do it the quick way. You know what I'm saying? But if I had, like, for example, a direct plug to, you know, like Raekwon or Conway, and they were like, yo, we're placing beats for this album right now. You got 2 weeks, you know, to give us a pack. Okay, bet. I got 2 weeks to give us a pack. The approach that I would take in that situation would take all of my hardware, right? And I would probably cook up on the MPC standalone. You know what I mean? And everything that I recorded, it would either go through it would either hit my SSL preamps. It would be going through the electron heat. You know what I mean? Everything would be touching my gear. Everything would be touching my gear, because these are like the vanguards of hip hop, in my opinion. And I want to make sure that I'm sounding the best, right? And there's no discussion with this part, right? We all know that hardware sounds better than the VST. We all know that, right? Now the difference, and this is where the discussion gets fucked up, is, well, do you need it to sound that good, right? Because that's what people get conflated. Okay? Because while I'm having this discussion with Caleb, because I'm explaining to him, he's like, yeah, why is it like that? I'm like, dude, well, hardware sounds the best. So if I'm in like a state where I want to sound the best, this is what I'm going to do to have the best sound, right? That's why I bought all this shit. I bought all this shit to have the best sound. I didn't buy all this shit to be efficient or to be fast or to make beats in and fucking compete in the music industry, right? And I think that's what people get fucked up, because they're watching my stuff trying to get better at making beats so that they could hopefully have a place in the music industry, and our goals are not the same, right? So that's what you have to understand when you watch me. Right? I am an enthusiast, right? I like gear. I like sounds. I know analog synths sound better than Omnisphere, right? I know that drums out of the MPC recorded through a preamp, touched with a little EQ on the way in, sounds better than the software. I know that. But what everybody still has fucked up, because it came around to this question. It's like, well, let me ask you this, CMP. What do you think the percentage of people who are getting placements are their shit is touching hardware? And then, like, this is always where I lose my shit. And I realized why this frustrates me is because we're having two different talks. You're not listening to me. You're not hearing what I'm saying. You're taking what I'm saying and applying it to your goals. You're not really listening to me, right? Again, I'm saying, right, for me, if I'm creating in a space where I want something to sound the best, right? I'm going to go the slow way. It's like, it's goofy, bro. Like, I seen a video where Ricky Tinez had his MPC 60, right? And an Ableton beat, and it was the same beat, the same drums. They were gain matched. And he put the question out. He's like, yo, can you tell the difference? Yo, I could tell the difference. You can hear the difference in the low end of the MPC 60. Every time. It's a special machine. It sounded better than the shit coming out of Ableton Live. Yeah, I could hear the difference, right? But who knows if anybody else could, right? So who's more important in your creative process? These are the questions you have to figure out for yourself. In my creative process, I'm the most important person. It's me, right? It's not the proverbial consumer. I don't push my shit to consumers. Do you have a bunch of people buying your productions? Your shit on a bunch of title playlists? You out there on Spotify? You getting billions of streams? Streaming to those people? that don't care what you used, because I'm not. Difference between me and you is I don't have a problem reconciling that and prioritizing my good time with the shit. Prioritizing my good taste with the shit. That's the difference between me and you. And when I talk, especially if we're going to have a conversation of what sounds better, that's the position I'm coming from. And that's why I'm saying it is so that if me and you ever have this conversation, right? That's why I'm sharing Caleb and I's conversation. If me and you ever have this conversation, you understand where I'm coming from, because I'm not coming at it from a regular place, right? I'm not coming from it like, well, I just need to be good enough to place a beat. I just need to be good enough for Rod Wave to want to rap on this. That's not the place where I'm sitting. That's not where I'm at. And what everybody has fucked up when I talk like that, and why people get me fucked up, is because, bro, you still believe that music is a meritocracy, and it is not. You do not have to sound the best to get the outcome that you desire. You do not have to sound the best to get the outcome you desire. Meritocracy is a system in which people are rewarded solely for their merits. So, if you believe that the people who make the best beats get all the placements, you are mistaken, right? The people who exist in the best situations get all the placements, right? I told you guys like, I don't know, like 2 years ago, I told you guys, if you're having trouble getting placements, buy some studio time at a popular local studio where people are recording and making music. Rent the B room and cook up with the door open. Do it for weeks. Don't buy views. Don't buy weed. Don't go on dates. Just spend your money at the studio. Cook up with the door open. If your music is there, you're going to be in a situation where you will meet people. And when you meet people and you have a good personality, you're not fucking weirdo, and you're cool to be around, and you're willing to work with people, and you're not trying to nickel and dime everybody for every beat, and you don't show up with split sheets in your backpack. Trust me, I've seen people do that shit. I had one of my best friends show up in this room for the first time with split sheets in this room. This is my house, guys. All right. All right. But cook up with your door open. I know one person who took me up on that advice. And in 2 years, that one person went from making beats to nobody, for nobody, to now being a project manager at Spitfire Audio, who is responsible for the first urban expansion being released for that studio. Put himself in a position to put another up-and-coming producer on, and is making plays in the drill community in London. Love Shadeep. The Colors expansion by Trends. I'm not saying this to say like, yo, you know, I'm such a great, wise individual. Just I have to say it so that you guys understand that I'm not just making this shit up. Right? You can look at like everybody's story about, oh yeah, all I did was post on YouTube a beat a day for you know, for 10 months. Then all of a sudden I got 1 million views. And then Juice WRLD called me up. And then I got on a record with Drake. Oz reversed one of my samples. And you know, tomorrow I'm gonna go buy a Wraith. Right? So back to sounding the best, right? You have to figure out who you're doing, like who you're really doing this shit for. Because honestly, I'm tired of having this conversation, bro. Like, I don't know why it's so confusing. Well, I know why it's so confusing. I'll say it again. You guys think that music is a meritocracy. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's a relationship game. It's a relationship game. Like, the music industry is so small. The music industry is so small. Like, bro, the music industry is so small that listen, I met somebody. Like, I met the person that I needed to meet in order for, how do I say this? In order for like my samples to get me placements. I met this person. And they were like, yo, we're going to do business. They were excited. They're like, yeah, I know exactly who to give this to. It's just going to be different for you next year, bro. I got you. They're passionate about music just based off the talent. Right? Because it's undeniable. Okay? Right? I used to have another show. On that other show, said a lot of things about a lot of people, right? Wound up entertaining you guys. But in the course of saying a lot of things about a lot of people, right? Those people also have relationships with this person. And we're coming up on the 1 year where things were supposed to be different and things are the same. Right? I don't need to spell this shit out for you guys. You guys have common sense because you guys know how hard I work. You guys see the volume that I put in. Right? It's not a meritocracy, and I'm fine with it, right? Because here's my thing. I made my decision. I made my decision to prioritize my audience, right? I made my decision to say, listen, you guys are the most important. I'm going to talk to you in a very candid, non-political way. Okay? I'm okay. Right? I had to make this decision. I'm okay with how everything is going. I can do, trust me, I've had multiple opportunities for this shit to go another way, right? But I mean, you guys see my room, you guys see the shit that I have, you guys see the shit that I do. Like, it's not, there's no unhappiness, secret depression, like I don't come on here and be sad about shit or be frustrated, or I don't bring nothing less but excitement and creativity every day. Like, it's my happy place. I can't wait to get here every day. I cannot wait to get here every day and make something cool, with you guys. But I'm telling you this story for the rest of you guys, because I know there's people out here, there's people that watch me that are not participating in the chat, where they're trying to figure out how to get in that circle. They want more than anything to get those placements. They want more than anything to be in those circles and compete and collabs. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want to do. And I'm telling you that if that's the space you want to be in, if that's what you're going after, dog, stop asking me if you need an MPC. You don't need no MPC, dog. It's not necessary, right? Is it necessary to have in order for you to have the best sounding drums possible? Absolutely. Absolutely. Two things can be true. You guys know the plot. Two things can be true. An MPC can get you the best drums, the best groove, the best texture possible. Absolutely. Undeniable fact. If you have ears, you can't argue that with me. Right? And at the same time, it could be wholly unnecessary to completing your goals in music production. Does that make sense to you guys? Am I talking crazy? Does anybody disagree? Because the reason why I'm making this video is so that I could document it. And the next time somebody asks me this, I could tell them to please watch this. Let me know if I didn't explain it well, because I don't want to have to film this again. Help me out, guys. You missed the plot, Shane? The plot is, do you need a bunch of hardware to get a producer publishing deal? Do you need an MPC to get placements? If you want to make beats like Metro, do you need the same gear that he has, or can you do it all in FL? My stance is that no, you don't. And at the same time, that doesn't mean that you're going to sound the best. The people who take their time and use the analog gear are always going to sound better than you. Two things can be true. You can have a long and fruitful career of doing key Glock beats and never own an OB6, right? But the people band play samples are going to have the OB6. Just saying. Just saying. Just saying. So, with that, I want to talk about. I'm gonna do a lot. I'll do a short version for Caleb, but have you guys seen this? So, bro was asking me like how to do the sample beats that Metro's been making recently, right? With Serato sample. And the thing about those beats, when you what you're if you're paying attention to like what he cooks up, let me go to the part with what he cooks up. Where's this shit at?
We giving you a live, representation of what this look like when you got one of the biggest producers in the game making a beat. We just stepped off. Metro! We let him do his thing for, I don't know.
You see that ASR 10 in the background too? I'm trying to tell you, boy. Metro got all the toys now.
If it took him 10, 15, 20-minute maximum, and
So that style, you hear he's got two patterns, and there's no chops there. It's just the soul sample. But there's a couple things, right? So if you want to make sample based beats with hi-hats and 808s and shit like that, there's nothing to it. You just have to do like a couple things. The first thing that you have to do is you have to build a collection of samples, right? So this is the difference. This is the difference between making real sample based hip hop and the difference between making computer based hip hop. And computer based hip hop being grabbing like pre-made loops and using VST solely and not using like samples. The difference is that when you're making computer based music, like 100% computer based music with no samplings from existing with existing music, is that if you're just using Omnisphere, all you got to do is play Omnisphere, get some MIDI, boom, whatever, right? If you're using loops from Splice, all you got to do is go to Splice real quick, type what you want in there, boom. But for sampling songs, there's no Splice, right? There's no nothing. You have to go and get the records. Not only do you have to get the records, you have to listen to the records, right? You have to find the part that you think will sound like a good beat. Then you have to put it in the DAW, make the beat. And guess what? Every time you do it, you're not always going to hit, right? That's the one thing that you have to reconcile and start to be okay with, right? So, but there are some hacks and there are some tricks, right? So I'm gonna show you one. Of course, you guys, well, if you're serious about wanting to, if you're serious about wanting to do sample based hip hop, right? What you want to do first is you want to download a bunch of samples, right? You want to download a bunch of samples. And what you want to do is you want to download this software. It's called Sononym. It costs $100. And this is going to make the work a lot simpler, because what you can do is you can take you could take an audio file. So say we ripped that Metro Boomin video, right? We could put that video in here. It'll listen to the beat that Metro made, and then it'll go through your sample library, and it'll be like, here, bro, these are the samples that sound kind of like that. These would be a good place to start. Otherwise, you're going to have to, learn how to actually dig for this music, and that is going to take a couple years to learn. I know that when I used to be like on beatmaker forums and shit, a lot of the talk was that just listening to music is practicing beat making, right? So the other thing that's helped out a lot and that can help you out is TrackLib, right? Because TrackLib, the more that it's being updated, and the more music that because when this first started, it was not lit. But the more that they're putting this together, you could say like, oh, okay, they have some form of organization, right? So you could say like, oh, oh, that sounded like a soul record that Metro was fucking with. So maybe, and then you listen to it and you're like, it had electric pianos and it had electric pianos and strings, right? So they have like, boom. So now you could look here for strings, and they have these songs. Bro, what are you doing? So like you can see this song right here. They've got the multi tracks for it. Like this is nuts. And then you could just go to the master, right? You could go and actually find the instruments that you want to hear. You go to the master and then see like, all right, what is this? So then you gotta go and find the parts that you actually want to sample, because I don't give a fuck. TrackLib don't fucking pay me no money anyway, bro. So then what you do, you change your input to system audio. Don't ask me how to do this. Figure out how to fucking record your own system audio. This is basic audio skills you guys should know. Everybody should have this set up. All right, so make sure your monitor's turned off. and you don't have to fucking pay for the download.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Because this is the way we used to do it. This is I mean, this is even better than the way we used to do it, but this is close. But this is how you used to do it in the good old days, son. Bro, imagine having a whole digital studio inside on your desk. You have a whole digital studio on your desk, and your dumbass pays for a download. Imagine. What the hell is Junk Hendrix? I need to be educated. I feel like there's something happening that I don't know about, and I don't like it, AB. Yo, I'll be so sad when the fucking Heat play the Warriors in the finals, man, and I gotta go up against AB on Twitter, bro. You know, it's gonna be bad, bro. It's gonna be bad. So that's one little Sampelia. Oh man, Shade still thinks that the Lakers are the 2012 Heat, bro. She don't realize that the Lakers are the goddamn Gary Payton and Karl Malone Lakers. Bless your heart, Shane. Bless your heart. Yo, Lakers equal slaughterhouse? No, that's fucking nuts. That's nuts, bro. That's nuts. Yo, he called the Lakers slaughterhouse, bro. If Malone wasn't hurt, different team. Yeah, bro, and that's what you're gonna say when either LeBron or AD gets hurt. You guys. I don't know what it is about the way that I talk, but like when I say stuff, I'm being literal. Like it's not metaphorical. You're that team, not because of the outcome, but because of the circumstances. Right? It's gonna unfold the same way. Someone on that team that you cannot afford to lose will be hurt. All right, so I got 2 Sam Peasies here. Shade, I'm sorry. You know I love you, but you know I ain't wrong. You can feel it. AD don't ever not get hurt. Russ is due for a nice one. And LeBron is 38 years old. 38 is going to 38. Remember when Kobe was going to Germany, getting the Asotron treatment? Everybody was like, oh my God, basketball players can play so much longer. Kobe's getting the Asotron treatment. Mm-hmm. 38 gonna 38 every time. First thing you want to do for trap style chops or these type of beats, you're gonna want to pitch down. Now here's the thing that sucks. this sample's a B flat, so we're gonna have to go at least 4 down. 37. He's gonna be 38 this year, Shane. LeBron play last night? Let me know. All right, so there's your one piece. right? Get some of that action going on. So you got that one. Where's my fucking impact track? Where the hell is all my drum tracks? Oh, I was about to say, boy. What's going on here? Thank you. Bitch. There we go. So let's go here. Oops. All right, let's see if it works. All right, so then you got to do a little work to this, right? So we'll go ahead and Elliot, use specific words. I can't follow the chat that fast. Which are who's neither team? Let's see. Right. So what this said, this was in this said this was an F sharp. Let's see if they're capping. Oh, they're definitely capping. Oh God, that does not sound good at all. All right, so we're gonna have to check on Serato sample. Serato sample was a damn lie. Then we got this one down here. Elliot, who's your picks for the finals? So then you're like, oh, okay, like the samples work, and you got to pitch down, so you're on your way. Sorry, I just I had to pitch that, like the way the Metro and them do it, like they always pitch it down, but just the fucking like early 2000s 90s guy in me, the early 2000s 90s guy in me, it just always wants to hear the sample pitched up, and I'm fine with that. So y'all are just gonna have to deal with it. But y'all boys, if you want to sound like Metro, because again, it all depends on why you're doing this shit for. I do it for me to have fun, so I gotta pitch it up. Bueno. Oh, hush. Nobody believes you. That shit still does not sound right. Roxanne. Come on in. What are you talking about? Warriors versus Brooklyn? I actually love the Warriors, but y'all really think the Warriors are going to make it to the finals? Yeah, no. The Warriors are definitely going to make it to the finals, bro. Like, they're definitely going to make it. Like, I don't know why. Like, why would you have any reason to doubt them? Clay's coming back. Like, if you have Clay, Draymond, if you have Clay, Draymond, and Steph, and you have a center that you can start that can screen and that can do athletic things on defense, that can alter shots for you on defense, then you're a championship threat in the West, like all day. I don't know how, what happened, bro? Like, did y'all like forget that the Warriors are not KD? Like, the Warriors are not KD. The Warriors are not KD. The Warriors are Steph, Draymond, and fucking Klay Thompson and depth, right? Bro, they won a championship with Harrison Barnes. They have Andrew Wiggins. I know we like to dismiss Andrew Wiggins because he's such a top pick and he didn't wind up becoming like king of the league. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got drafted so high and he's not Luka and everything, but he's on the Warriors. And there's still buyout moves to happen. And they got Iggy back, which is a big fucking deal, right? Those old players that don't play a lot, but that know the system, that could come to the gym, get the shit organized, and be able to, make the young ones understand, like, yo, like, listen, you know what I'm like, bro, Iggy's a fucking finals MVP on Steph's team, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's nuts. What's the bet, Shane? I don't play with my money. Clay's definitely coming off of two major injuries. That's a fact. Brooklyn, I don't believe in Brooklyn, bro. I never have believed in Brooklyn. The problem with Brooklyn's team is their big men. You can't James Harden, Kyrie, you can't James Harden, KD your way into a championship. You need some type of like competent big man play. That team gets beasted on the boards. If fucking KD, or it probably wouldn't be KD, but if KD or James has a bad shooting night, them the LaMarcus Aldridge and fucking Ginger McGavin are not running out for those long rebounds. They're gonna wind up getting out rebounded by Malik Monk. You know what I mean? Because they're just like they don't do that shit no more, right? Can't have yeah, bro. His man called him Clay Allen. Clay Allen. That's amazing. Clay Allen is amazing. I love it. Like the Nets, the Nets, like they don't got it, bro. Like they don't have it. They don't have it, bro. They got, bro. If you think about it, they have Blake Griffin, right? They have Blake Griffin, Paul Millsap, right? And LaMarcus Aldridge. And they're not the most dominant front court in basketball. And that's a problem. That's a problem. I tell you what, when they figure out what to do with John Wall and he makes his way to the LA Clippers, that's gonna be so bad. That's gonna be so bad. Shane is gonna cry. Because the Lakers about to lose in the second round to the LA Clippers. Like you get Wall and Paul George out there, and fucking Paul George is finally fucking tired of the slander. And he's just like, nah, I'm not dealing with this no more, bro. Like, I finally found playoff P. It's gonna be weird, man. It's gonna be so weird. Let's see. There it is. There it is. We found her. Yo, Shane called the Lakers, the Clippers a JV team. Listen, the Clippers, I think that's pretty rough, Shane. Calling it a JV team. Nah, bro. The hate. It's not. I know what Shane's problem is, bro. Like, Shane's having a hard time right now because, yo, you know what it's like? Well, you don't know what this is like, Ant. And I'm not throwing shade, but not every fan base knows what this is like. And Shane, I understand you, right? Because I've been there. When you have a team, there's not many teams like this. There's maybe 4 in the NBA every year. But when you have a team that, if you know they're going to the finals, like, like you're talking to your friends, like if you're the type of person that goes to the game, you're like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? So which finals game do you think you want to go to? You know what I'm saying? It's looking like we're going to get home court advantage. Do you want to like risk it and not go to any games because we know that there's going to be a game 7? You know, like that was the conversation I was having like back in May when the Heat beat the San Antonio, you know what I mean? I was like, you know what? I don't want to go to game 3 this year because I feel like we could go the distance and I want to be at game 7 when it happens, you know? So when you're in that realm, when you look at your team, right, and they make drastic changes, it's just not working out the way that you hoped it would have. You know, it's hard to deal with the fact that you know where you should be, but you're just not there. Other people are seeing it now too, and you really know it deep in your heart. But when somebody else brings it to the table, it's like, bro, that is so irritating right now. Could you please just go and watch your team? And that's all it is. That's all it is. I understand where you're coming from, Shane. I get it. That's not what I'm acting like, Ant. What I'm acting like is the Rockets have never been the Heat or the Spurs. Since you've been able to go to games. Yo, don't do it, Ed. I thought we were cool. This hi-hat is pissing me off. It's pissing me off too. Don't like the snare. drums again. Way off P shot side of the backboard P. He called him way off P. No, don't do play off P like that. He's gonna have one, man. Actually, no, I don't need Pupil's Kit on this one. I know what snare I need. Pupil's Kit, though. I'll bet it's in Pupil's Kit. Where's it at? What the hell did this guy call this? J. Cole. Let's see. I'll bet it's in here. I really want to map this. Oh, thank God. Do F2. Assign this to F2. Yeah, assign that to F2. I would love that. Please. How do I... Oh, that's a button. It just goes left and right. No, I want to assign it to the fader. Oh my God, I really want to control this with my hand. How do I? Oh, I know what to do. Do that one. Oh, but you're gonna... Fader. Yeah, do that. And find. Yes. Yes, let's go. It's so much easier to do this with the fader. go. That makes me happy now. Let's see. Let's give this 808 the pipe line. That is. That's right. Oh man, get that to me every time. Get that to me every time, bro. Let's see if my record offset worked. Oh my god, it did. Yeah. Oh, this is amazing. Oh my god, my life is complete. Let's go. I just hit the 808 with heat. I'm gonna hit the samples with heat too. I need to fix this one. We got to L2 this. This is what I use L2 for. That's how you use the old L2 ski. Y'all don't know about that. So let's go. I'm going to have an email soon. Man, that email better have a link to an exclusive product for CMP kits. To the com. You guys know why I put that limiter on this sample? Because it's transient. It's like the EP was like playing 6 dB lower than those horns, and for 808 bass music, like to have that loud of a transient going up against this sample, it was always going to sound weird. So now I could take, like, you see how the gain structure is the same? Watch, I'll show you. If we take the L2 off and bounce this. You see how different that looks? You can't tell everything from looking at a wave, but what you can tell by looking at this one is that there is about 2 bars of each pattern when this piece of music is playing that is significantly louder than any other part in the song, right? So you put L2 on it, and what you do is with your L2, you lower your ceiling so that it never goes over this, right? That way it never sounds louder. And then the way I measure that is whatever the piano's playing at, boom, I'm gonna set to this, and then you bring them both down at the same time with this guy, right? And then anything that goes over that, the limiter just turns down. Because that's really what limiters do. They turn stuff down. It's just a function of turning stuff down makes things sound louder, depending on how you use it. All right, so let's get some pipeline going. Let's give this one the pipe line. Hit that guy. Hit that guy. You know what vocals I could hear for that? What vocals could you hear for that? Reed the Tradesman. What trade are you in, Reed? Where else do we got this playing? Where else is this playing? Oh my God. Yo, the saturation. Hold on. Yo, where has this thing been all my life? Bro, what are we doing here? What? Sorry about that, guys. What if I just do it to every sound I don't like? I'm freaking out right now, guys. Oh, I know what the problem is. There was other pipelines going. You have more than one pipeline going, it's gonna echo. Duh. Okay, I'm good. Where's the other pipeline at? We got it on the snare. We gotta remove this one pipeline at a time. Yeah. So okay. All right. That's what you do. Okay. That's what you do. You unassign it. So annoying. Like if I right click on it, never mind. Duh. That snare sounds better, right? Like if I do this versus this. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah, please. More of those. That's a big difference. God, this is so much slower than having repeats. Ugh. Dun, tap tap. There it goes. Dun, dun, tap tap. Yes, there it is. You go. Ah, no. Who the fuck won't? I haven't started playing Warzone again. I haven't played Warzone in a long time. Dude, I don't know if I'm gonna play that Call of Duty, bro. Like, I gotta see, man. I was on yesterday, but I was beating the campaign. Yeah, I was beating the campaign because I like I always play the campaign first before I do anything. All right, bet. That's pretty crazy. I put it through the saturation on the Electron Heat, and that shit sounds louder at less than -12 than it did when I had it at -12 before. That makes so much more sense. So tune the drums a little bit. Tune the drums a little bit. What the hell is that? Is that the fucking... Is that the 808 doing that? Better not be the 808 doing that. 808 better never do that on one of my songs. Still some things we need to figure out here. The piano roll. That's what I need to do. The piano roll. Let's new button. We'll call this explode. And we will assign it a new macro. We're going to search for explode. Pitches to tracks because I never want to look for this again. I'm going to call it explode. We're going to make sure that we add it. Yes, we're going to press OK. And now I have a button to do this. I could take those, make sure that we get swing on them. We could take these. I'll tell you what the first thing we got to do here is we got to clean this up. I got to put you on a nice delay. What do we got? We just need velocity. These kicks need some swang. Snare super crisp, right? Ran that bitch through the heat. Let's get this 1652. 16. Yes. Give it to him. Fuck it. Let's try it on the kick. You know you want to hear this on the kick. Bro, this shit's like lower than 12. The snare is. It's not even doing the cheat sheet. It's like, yo, why you so loud? I think I just hit the boost knob. Yeah, let's do that. Yo, this is my new favorite thing. Yo. Oh, no. No, I have unlimited power. Oh, my God. I have unlimited power. Where'd it go? Bro, it's on the thumbnail, dude. I'm using the Electron Heat. Ugh. 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 So close. That's fucking psycho, bro. That shit don't make no sense. The world doesn't stand a chance. Don't you ever do that to me. Yo, the whole time that shit wasn't going to the master bus. Hold on. So, and after you do all this, after you mix it and you get done making the shit, and you're like, man, you know, it's grooving. I hit it with the fork, bro. I put that shit through the Electron. Got some, yo, this Electron. Oh my god, bro. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my. Yo, this shit is, oh man. This shit's the real sound gooderizer, bro. What the fuck? But yeah, after you do all this, you realize that, you know, even though the kicks and the drums and the basses and everything is good, like you sampled some shit where it sounds like the lady's going, keep 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 going. So you have to like hope that the rappers who hear this, they don't start making fun of you for making a beat that goes, keep going, keep going, keep, because you know, like that's not like, oh boy, ding 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 ding, ding. You know what I mean? That's just spamming keep going over and over and over and over again. And that's the part that's hard about, you know, being this type of sample based producer, because you could start like this. And that sounds very promising. Like, you know what I mean? Like if J. Cole came on after that, like you'd be very happy. So there's that. Dude, listen to how those drums sound. Listen to how those drums sound. My God, bro. What? We use one of Pupil's loops. Yo, I love using Pupil's loops, bro. Me and Pupil make good beats together. That shit's fucking dope, dog. One more time. What am I doing? Heck. Yeah, this shit is really the sound gooderizer, bro. Like, what? What the heck is going on here? What are you doing? I don't understand. Who do you think you are? You don't just get to not do what I say. 3, 4, record. Goods right there, baby. That's the goods right there. That's the goods right there. Let's go. Let's go. What's going on there, guys? That's weird. It's very strange behavior. Very strange behavior. I'll be your hero that fights for your honor. I'll be your hero that fights for your That sounds nice. Sounds very nice. Yeah, that shit sounds real, bro. It sounds like a real song. I'm glad I bought this. I'm really glad I bought that. That makes everything better. I'll talk to you guys later. Keep it simple, bro.